Okay, so in this class, we are going to discuss about flowchart. Okay, what is a flowchart? A flowchart in C programming is a visual representation of the sequence of operation in a program. So generally, just now already we have discussed algorithm. What is algorithm? Step by step or sequence of instructions, sequence of operations about the program. Right. So step by step representation of a sequence of steps. Step by step representation of a sequence of steps in order to provide solution for the a complex task or given problem. Okay. A flowchart in C program is a visual representation of the sequence of operations in a program. So it uses standardized symbols to depict different types of actions or steps, allowing programs to conceptualize and communicate the logic before actual coding. Okay. So before writing the C code, so that we are going to represent the before writing the code, we are going to write the algorithm first. After that, we have to analyze the flowchart. So this is a flowchart. So we are using some standard symbols that represent the sequence of steps before writing the original code, original C code. Okay, right. So here some symbols and each symbol purpose, because what is why I'm explaining this symbol, because flowchart is a stand representation of sequence of steps by using standard symbols. Okay, so right, first symbol is arrow, nothing but flow line used to indicate the flow of logic by connecting symbols. Okay, now connecting symbols, like these are the connection symbols between one step to another steps, because flowchart is a symbolic representation of a sequence of steps to provide solution for the given problem. Okay, before writing the code, we usually write flowchart. Okay, so first is a flow line that indicates that connect one step output is given to input of another step. Next, so this is a terminal. Okay, na? This is start. It indicates the start of the flowchart and end of the flowchart. So flowchart is starting by this symbol and the flowchart is ending by this symbol. Okay, na? This is nothing but parallelogram. This symbol nothing but parallelogram. It indicates input output operation. Okay, na? So used for input output operations. Generally, by using this, you can write printf and scanf. So the information when you are getting from the keyboard or input device, or so the output we are going to represent onto the screen nothing but output, no. So the instruction we can write this parallelogram. Next, this rectangular box used to represent the arithmetic operations and data manipulation, means you can write the statements. You know? Yes, arithmetic operations, any operations or statements by using the rectangular. If this is the decision box, so used to represent the operation in which there are two alternatives, true or false. So if the condition is true, there is a true body. If the condition is false, false body. So two outcomes. So it is used to represent true or false. Next, and this is a circle. So on page connector used to join different flow lines. You know? This is off page connector used to connect flowchart portion on different page. For example, I drawn a flowchart in one page. If it is not sufficient, so I am going for second page. So this symbol used to connect one flowchart output is given to input of the second flowchart. So it provides us connectivity between two flowcharts of the different two pages. When one page flowchart is connected to the another page flowchart, because both are same, but whenever in order to write the flowchart in not in one page, it is extension of second page. This is a predefined processor function used to represent a group of statements performing one processing task. Yeah, it's a symbolic representation. There is a symbolic. So these are the predefined symbols. So already predefined. Okay. So all these things I am going to explain through an example. So this is a example addition of two numbers. So this is a start and stop. This symbol is always mention the start of the flowchart, and the symbol always mention the end of the flowchart. I cannot use any other symbol. This is a predefined symbol for it. And so what is that? I'm going to add two numbers now. So this rectangular box represents declare the variables number one, number two, and sum, because I am drawing a flowchart to add two numbers. That's why, because if you want to add two numbers, we need to take the variable number one, number two, and when you're adding these two, and sum also required. And read number one, number two, because we are expecting so number one value and number two value from the keyboard. So whenever you are going to take values from the keyboard, that must be mentioned in the parallelogram. Then, so here rectangular box show the statement sum a plus b, and display the result. Where you are going to display the result? Onto the screen. Screen is an output device. Hence, display my output onto the screen means, so I should do parallelogram. This is an input parallelogram. When you are taking inputs from the keyboard, for example, you are writing enter the value of a. Then I'm going to enter the value from the keyboard now. So I'm accessing value from the input device. Then I am adding these two numbers and I'm going to display on my output. It is also screen now. Then stop. So let me explain through an example. So same thing, hash include stdio.h into main. Okay now. So a is a variable, b is a variable, sum is a variable. I am declaring as an integers. So printf enter two integers, because yes or not, enter two integers, a value, b value. So it is in the string no. So whatever the information within the double quote will be displayed as it is onto the screen. Then when this enters onto the screen, immediately I am going to enter the value of a and value of b. So that is scanf. So scanf reads the information, because I am going to enter the value a from the keyboard. Immediately the value will be this ampersand is the address of a. Ampersand nothing but what? Address of a. So what are the value I am entering from the keyboard, that stores in the address of a. And similarly I am entering the b value. So this ampersand means address of b. So this value what I am entering from the keyboard, b value, that is going to store in the address of b. Finally, sum equal to a plus b. A equal to 10. For example, what are the value I am entering? A value, b value. The result is going to show in the sum. Then I am going to print on the screen output. Okay, na? Then you can see my output. So it is asking enter two integers. Okay. See, I told you now. So printf enter two integers. So same thing as it is, it will be display onto the screen, because whatever you are writing in the double quote will be displayed as it is onto the screen. Yes. Then after that, it is asking enter two numbers. I am entering value 10 and I am entering value 20. So enter the two integers means I entered 10 is one integer, 20 is another integer. Then when I am entering 10, it goes and stored in the address of a, and b value address of this. Yes. Yes. Okay. Then so sum equal to a plus b. Sum equal to a plus b. So what is a plus b value? 30 no? Right? So what is sum of a plus b? A value 10, b value 20, sum is 30. So that is going to print onto the screen like this. Printf sum. So that is I'm good. Yes or no? So this sum 30, I'm getting answer is 30. Clear? So this is about the flowchart. So what we discussed, flowchart nothing but what? So by using some symbolic representation, we are writing the sequence of steps for providing a solution for the given problem. Okay, now what is the way of taking addition of two numbers? So that's why start. So always the symbol is used to show the start symbol and same stop symbol. So here declare the variable number one, number two. I have taken a value, b value.